Hello, I'm Maurice Barrett and I want to tell you about this new book I've written. I'm quite excited about it. It's called Breaking of Bread. It's part of a series of volumes that I'm doing based on the early church life. Acts 2:42 said that the apostles met from house to house daily and they did 4 things. It says they had the apostles' doctrine, that's the teaching of Jesus, prayer, fellowship and breaking of bread. Well, by far the most controversial is the breaking of bread. We've got the Catholic doctrine of transubstantiation. They call it the Mass, and evangelicals call it breaking of bread, communion, Eucharist, whatever. It's the same thing. Why I think every Christian should read this book is because I say things that I've not heard anyone else say. I've been preaching for 30 years now and I've been a Christian for over 60 and I've never heard these things preached. Maybe people preach them but I've not heard them, so this book will challenge you. Let me tell you some of the topics that I speak about. One of the chapters is called the night of betrayal. Now it's not by chance that Judas betrayed Jesus on the same night as he broke bread. Judas took the same cup of communion as the disciples, but he took the cup of devils, they took the cup of blessing, and as soon as he took the cup, Judas, it says Satan entered him. There's something very significant there and I go into it in the book. I also say that the communion is the meal of the bride. I've not heard other preachers say that. I believe it's the marriage contract between Christ and the church because it's a new covenant. I believe the first covenant was the marriage betrothal and contract between God and Israel with Moses. So I'm not going to tell you much about that, you'll have to read the book, but that's another interesting subject. I also do another chapter about unleavened bread because it's important that the bread is unleavened. Not to be legalistic, but leaven speaks of hypocrisy, of self-righteousness, of pride, all the attributes that the Pharisees had. And Jesus said, beware of the leaven of Herod, which is bringing politics into the church. So that's another chapter that will challenge people. There's another chapter called the blessings and curses of the communion. Because Paul said that we're cursed if we don't understand what we're doing. How can I say that? Well, he says this. He says, if you don't discern, you don't understand what you're doing, he says you're guilty of the body and blood of the Lord and you're eating and drinking damnation to yourself. Now that's very serious. That warrants serious consideration. How Christians can take it lightly, I don't know. How ministers can tag it onto the end of a service or just put it in before the sermon without any teaching, I don't know. It's too serious for that. So please read this book. It'll challenge the way you think about communion. And it's available from the Barrett Ministries bookshop. That's www.barrettministries.org.uk. And it's available as a paperback or a PDF. And if you want a Kindle download, you can get it from Amazon. God bless you. Let me challenge you again. Read this book. It'll change the way you think about the communion. God bless you.